All right. Here they come. All right, questions?
Jim, you got 2 on 3 out.
Yeah. Jim, just what's the White House like? Can you talk about it in there? Because this moment is so historic.
Well, it's
In front of the mics,
electrifying to
please.
walk into the building and see all the
In
history.
front of the mics, please.
Electrifying to walk in and see all the history, and the president was great. He was very cordial. Spent a lot of time with us in his office. It was just a very special day.
Any comment about Carlos Beltran not showing up?
A couple of guys had family issues and spring break, and so we didn't really review that with him.
Well, he said it was more about Puerto Rico.
Well, that's something you have to talk to him about.
Can you talk about what this means for the city of Houston in the aftermath of Hurricane Harvey?
Well, as we talked about, the president talked about it a lot. The city really rallied behind it. The players really rallied behind it with the Houston Strong, and I think it just united the city in a very bad time and gave them something to be cheerful for. We saw people sitting out in their driveways with their TVs running off a generator watching the game. So it was a big uplift for the city at a time when we needed it.
Can you get used to Houston being in the AL instead of the NL? I mean,
We're in the AL. We're there to stay. I don't think we're moving anytime soon, but that came with a deal, and I'd said at that time we had to win, beat everybody to win the World Series, and we did it.
Were you able to convert the president to Astros? A lot of players weren't here. Is that also include Carlos Correa while you went here today?
I didn't check in with the guys on who was here and who wasn't. I just got here in a different way, so we can address that later.
Not the first president you met with, the previous one was someone you knew. Did you get to have any conversations with President Trump? Did you appeal to him in any way as someone who is engaged politically beyond the baseball?
I'm very neutral on the politics, so I've been with the Democratic presidents and the Republicans before, mainly in the golf environment, but I'm very neutral. I didn't deliver any messages whatsoever.
Going to golf with this president?
I haven't been invited yet, but I would love to do
what's your
that.
handicap?
I'll give him a run for his money.
Josh, for you, just to go up there
Go ahead.
to President of the United States, what's this moment like? Where's it rank for you as far as
You hear honor a lot today, but it is a huge honor for me to not only be able to share this moment with my teammates, but to come in here and visit our president in such a historic building at the White House. And anytime you can get a chance to come and do something like this, it's going to be a great time. And for me, being a huge history buff, it was always all about me getting to experience the whole thing and meeting our president. So very honored and very excited to be here.
Did the team ever consider not going to the White House?
Not from what I heard, no. I heard right out of the gate that we were all going to go, and some guys would go, some guys wouldn't. So, everybody has their own way of how they want to handle things, and, that's the way that they want to do things, and we're all for it.
Will that affect your team on the field?
Not at all, not one bit. I don't think so. This kind of thing doesn't come into baseball at all. We worry about winning every night, and that's what it's going to continue to be.
AJ, you took part also in the president's jersey, so talk about what that meant to you.
Oh, it was great. I mean, obviously, we go to a lot of different places. We got to do a parade. We got to experience some stuff with our fans. To walk into this building was pretty intimidating, to be honest with you. We're just as out of our element of anything that we get to experience. So a lot of smiles on a lot of faces. We enjoyed our time. I got to celebrate again the 2017 team. Get these guys back to spring training. We got to work out tomorrow and get towards 2018. But we'll remember this similar to how we remember a lot of the things that have come out of the championship.
Talking about turning the page, but today you didn't mind not turning the page for it, right?
Yeah, no, today was very special. I mean, there's one team in sports, in our sport that gets to come every year, and we'll forever remember this.
AJ, he's a big baseball fan. You just talk a little bit before.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, he entertained us in the Oval Office, and we got a chance to shake his hand and talk a little bit. And we know he's a Yankee fan, so we didn't apologize for beating his favorite team. But it was fun to have some interaction.
Can you elaborate on the Never Settle slogan that's going to be?
Yeah, obviously when you win, and in our sport, no one has repeated since 2000, and so Never Settle for us is just a very obvious way to keep our mindset in the right direction. The organization has created a great campaign to make sure that we keep our heads on straight, and we realize that if we want to experience all this fun stuff again, we had players going on TV shows and doing autograph signings and getting parades and riding in different parades all around the country. That's all fine and good. If we want to do it again, we can't settle for what we did last season. We need to move forward into next season.
Didn't get a chance.
Pretty incredible. You know, when Jeff hired me and said, he said at my opening press conference that he felt like I was going to be the manager when we won the World Series. He's brilliant. I mean, he was right. And so for that, I'm forever grateful. And all these experiences come out of this are new for us. We don't have a lot of experience in this. Now we do. We want to build on it. We want to be a perennial winner. Jim and Jeff have both supported that on the field. We let us do our job on the field and set the high expectations that we have, and we're going to try to go prove it again.
Didn't get a chance to see the jersey. Maybe it was a 45. Do we know? And if so, how does Garrett Cole feel about that?
No, I think it was 17. It was number 17.
Yep.
Yeah, it was number 17, which I think Lance Berkman is the last one to wear the 17.
AJ, you made a point when you mentioned the diversity of the team and the makeup of everything all come together, which is part of what America's at as well. I assume you did that intentionally?
Yeah, it's just, you know, for us to describe the Houston Astros, there's so many different ways you can describe it. We have the way we're built, we have the way we play, we have the way we interact, and we have one of the most unique superstars in the big leagues in Jose Altuve. We have one of the biggest personalities in Dallas Keuchel and Justin Verlander, and the list goes on and on. And the World Series MVP is a different guy. And we have, you know, Josh Reddick, who signed to come to Houston to do exactly what we did last year. So when you look at our team, we come from everywhere. You know, we've got some big guys, we've got some small guys. We've got guys in their second tour as far as me and as a manager. It's a very, very unique group, and you know, similar to our country. But I want the people around the country to fall in love with the Astros as much as our city did, and that's because of the makeup of our team. What's that? I don't believe he was asked to.
He's on the bus.
He's on the bus. We're going back to spring training. They're just waiting for it.
Hey, Reed, this is not the first time Orion's been in the White House, right?
Yeah, I've had the privilege of coming here before, and it's such an honor, like these guys said, to get to come to the People's House, represent our game, and see what makes our country great. You go in through this building, and there's paintings and artifacts and things from the entire history of our country. And I think all the guys on the team that went in didn't know what to expect, but they left with a greater appreciation of our country and our democracy.
Coach, how did Altuve feel when the president was addressing to him, congratulating him?
You'd have to ask Jose. I can't speak for how he felt, but I know he's one of the best examples of what we're about in Houston, and he does everything right. So I would imagine he would respond correctly. You know, it's hard to break Yankee fans of bad habits, but we're going to try. So I imagine he's a fan of last year's team. We'll try to come back again and see if we can continue to inch him towards the Astros flavor.
Jeff, could you talk about how special it was for you to be on the world stage, if you will, and say we planted back?
It was a great experience. Great to get more recognition for the state of Texas, for the Astros, for everything that happened this year. I was surprised at how much time we got to spend with Mr. President and just walking around the White House. Tremendous experience. And President Trump said something about complacency for winners. It's been our theme all spring. It's almost as if we had talked about it, because we don't want to be complacent. If there's one thing that this experience today gave me, is a desire to come back here as soon as possible and do it again. So with that, we've got to go. We've got a bus full of players ready to go to the airport and head back and keep working. So thank you all very much.
Thank you. Never touch it. Never touch it.
Alex, get Mattress Mack. Clear. Okay.
That's it.
Is this it, Doug? Okay. Hold on. Jim, what was that like? And there just to see your favorite team up there.
Well, it's historic, and and President Trump was great, and the Astros is such a class organization. All those guys up there, they look great, and they so respectful of the institution and the presidency, and it was just a great day for Houston.
Mac, what did it mean for you to come here and support the Astros?
Well, it was a tremendous honor. Reed called me last week and said, "Would you come up here?" And I said, "Why me?" And but he invited me to come up here, and it was one of the great thrills of my life, obviously. And I'm just so proud to be a Houstonian, and so proud to be able to support the Houston Astros, because what they did last year was so cathartic for the entire city, and the momentum continues.
What did it mean to you that the president called you out and discussed the different things you did for victims of Harvey?
Well, it was very nice. The heroes weren't me. They were the Cajun Navy, the first responders, and there were so many heroes in Houston and all over Texas, and the recovery continues, as you well know, to this day.
Jim, what did it mean, in your opinion, to see an Astros organization that fully, for the most part, supported this trip here?
That's just who they are. You know, we had our refund party after the Astros win it all, get it all thing, and we had 5,000 people there. We had several players there, and A.J. Hinch was there. The lights went out for 2 hours. They didn't think about going home. They stayed there. The lights came back on. They signed autographs, took pictures. They're just a class organization all the way around. You know, but Houston couldn't ask for anything better than Houston Astros.
Jim, how would you describe your last 12 months from Harvey to the Astros to everything that's happened?
Well, it's you know, lots of ups and downs, lots of adversity, but you know, what does not destroy us makes me stronger, and made Houston stronger. So we're not fully recovered from Harvey yet, but we're on the way. And you know, the Astros, the Rockets, all our teams doing well gives the city so much hope, and the Astros were a great relief when they won the World Series, and we'll look for great things this year as well.
You think you can talk to President Trump coming in back to Houston and watching a game, maybe?
Yeah, we should. You know, we should get him back to come and watch a game. He's a big, huge sports fan. You know, he couldn't have been nicer today to everybody. So it was a thrill and honor to be here. What a great place.
He said he liked you and you liked him. You guys must have had a good time in the Oval Office there.
No, well, I actually interviewed him in April of 2015 in the Woodlands, and that's how he and I got to know each other. But he had some great remarks about the Astros today, and about the city of Houston, and about the entire state. So, you know, I just want to thank the Astros organization for everything they've done for our city and our state and our country, and the way they represent themselves.